Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for today's Live Your Life Healthy Holiday Cooking Session. We are so excited to bring you an amazing session with our just remarkable, wonderful nutritionist, Miss Keri Watkins-Webb. She's going to be bringing us delicious recipes that you can make right in the comfort of your home today. We're going to be doing turkey stew with butternut squash and also spicy apple cider. And I love me some cider. So without further ado, I just want to hand it over to our nutritionist. She is a health curator in her own right, Miss Keri Watkins-Webb. Hey, Keri.
Hello, thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Sandrine, and welcome everybody to my kitchen. My name is Keri, also known as the Sugarless Sister, and today I am here to show you some delicious recipes that you can use at this time of the year, perfect for the fall, going into winter season. So to begin, we're going to make a butternut squash turkey stew. And I like this recipe because at this time of the year, when we're going into Thanksgiving, this is the perfect time for you to think about creative ways to get in different antioxidants and nutrients, as well as good taste when you have to kind of repurpose your leftovers. So today, think about ways in which you can use this after the holidays, before the holidays, and let me know what you think. So today we're going to start with a leftover turkey stew. So to begin, I have my pot and I'm just going to add some olive oil to it and I'm going to heat it up. So, all right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is saute the onions. This is about a half a lemon that I chopped up, a yellow onion. So I'm going to saute that when the pot gets a little warmer. Some of the other ingredients that we're going to be using today, butternut squash. So I like this. This is cut up and diced, full of antioxidants and gives a nice color to the stew. I'm going to be using, I cut up some celery and carrots. And we're going to be using green peas. These are frozen, but you can use fresh if you like. And also some mixed vegetables. That's not on the recipe that I gave Sandrine, but feel free to be creative. Okay, so my pot is heating up, so I'm gonna add the onions to it. I love the sound of that sizzle.
Can you angle down a little for us, Keri, so we could see?
Yes. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. And for everyone, we'll be putting the recipe information in the chat.
Okay, so I'm just going to saute the onions until they are no longer translucent. The amount of oil that I used was 1 tablespoon, and I used olive oil. So this is going to saute for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay. One day, I think they're going to create smell-o-vision because, you know, with all of the different apps out there, it would be wonderful to be able to smell things. Well, some things, good things. So this is going to continue to cook. Let me talk a little bit more about butternut squash and the benefits of it. You know, it's so important that we keep our immune system healthy and strong, especially in the wake of COVID and flu season. So butternut squash is a great way to get in a lot of rich antioxidants that will help you to improve your immune system. Plus, it makes the dish very hearty and colorful. So what I did with this squash is I cut it open. It's a little difficult to cut it open sometimes, but I had my husband help me with that when I cut it open, and I roasted it with a little salt and pepper and oil on a baking sheet, and then I chopped it up into nice big chunks. Okay, my onions need just a little bit more time. Next thing that I'm gonna add are the veggies that I talked about. Carrots and celery, they're going in next. And you add these prior to adding the rest of the ingredients so that they have more time to soften and cook. Okay. Now I'm going to be using turkey for this recipe, but you can also use chicken, or you can make it completely vegan and just use the vegetables. So it's up to you. The sky's the limit. Be creative. Okay, my onions are done. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add the carrots and the celery. And I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, and now I'm going to add my butternut squash. Smelling good. Okay. Ah, smelling delicious. So I'm just going to saute this for about 2 minutes. Smelling good.
I was wondering, can you try chicken instead of turkey as well?
Oh, sure. Yes, you can use chicken, or you don't have to use any kind of protein. You could just use the vegetables. So yeah, you could be creative. Yeah.
Okay.
I chose turkey because we're going into the holidays, and I figured people may have it left over, but most definitely you can use anything.
Okay. Thank you.
So nice and bright and colorful. Okay, now I'm going to add my stock. Okay, so I'm going to be using turkey stock. I'm going to shake it up. Now, turkey stock, as opposed to a type of broth, this is a little bit thicker. So I didn't make this myself, but you can make this from the drippings and the bones of the turkey. But I just went to the store. So now this calls for 7 cups of stock. What I did was I kind of mixed it up to make it a little bit thicker, and I incorporated some gravy, some turkey gravy. So this is turkey gravy that I made mixed with a little bit more of the stock. So it should be 7 cups in total. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil. Put this up a little bit higher. And then I'm gonna add my turkey. Okay, so. So again, you can use broth, you can use chicken broth, you can use chicken stock, you can use vegetarian broth, veggie broth, whatever you like. So I like the turkey broth, and it makes it nice and I'm sorry, the turkey stock makes it a little bit thicker, more like a stew. So just waiting for this to come to a boil. And so we're gonna add the turkey. This is turkey from a turkey breast. I just chopped it up into small pieces after I cooked it. And so this is about 2 pounds of turkey. No, maybe, yeah, this is about 2 pounds of turkey. I'm gonna be using green peas. So these I got out of the freezer, but you can use fresh, you could use canned, whatever you want. And these are also mixed vegetables. This isn't on the recipe. This is just something that I added. Some people tell me that they've added cauliflower rice to the dish. So you could use brown rice if you want to thicken it up. So the sky's the limit. Just waiting for it to come to a boil. Almost there. I can hear it. Okay. So this is great for anything that you have in the refrigerator. You could just throw it in. Okay, it's almost coming to a boil. Okay. Smelling good, smelling good. I want to know if anybody has a specialty for Thanksgiving. Maybe you could put it in the chat. Let me know what you're going to be making this Thanksgiving, if you're going to be cooking something. I always like to hear and get ideas flowing about something that I might make. Sandrine? Oh, I see chicken. Okay, chicken, delicious. Okay, it's coming to a boil. Put it up. Some more comments. Turkey legs, smothered turkey legs. Delicious. I know I have some chefs out in the audience. Awesome. Okay. Almost there. Okay, that's there. Now I'm going to add my turkey breast. Okay. Okay, just gonna give it a stir. And I'm also gonna put in my peas. And this is such a vibrant stew. It's full of lots of colors. Okay, I'm stirring that in. And I'm also gonna add my mixed vegetables. So I have broccoli, carrots, and string beans. So if you can see, this is chock full of stuff. And it's smelling good. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm going to let it simmer uncovered for at least 30 more minutes. But in order to get all of the juices mixed in, it should really simmer for about an hour, but at least the minimum 30 minutes if you're hungry. So I'm going to put this to the side while it simmers. And I want to talk about something else that I want to share with you. And that is, let me put this up while that's cooking. I want to also talk about making a delicious warming cider. So this is the perfect time of the year to have that. And so I'm going to show you how to make it. And again, variations. So I have everything set up back here, but I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. Okay. So now there are lots of different rules of thumb when it comes to making cider. So some people say you have to use the fermented apple cider. So, but I found a way that I like by making it from apple juice. And you could go out to the store and you could buy the apple juice. I happened to make some just a little while ago in a juicer, but feel free, I'm just gonna stir it around. Feel free to get regular apple juice from the store. So this is something that's really easy. And I used a combination. I used some Red Delicious. I used some Granny Smith. You could use whatever you have on hand. It doesn't matter. So the first thing, I'm gonna warm up my pot. Okay. And I'm going to add my cider. So this is about the equivalent of about 4 cups of juice. Okay. So I'm waiting for my pot to get a little warm. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put my juice in my pot.
Hey, Keri, can we just angle back down a little
yeah.
bit? So we
Sorry,
can see
sorry.
it? No worries.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. So you can see both things as they're continuing to cook. So I put the apple juice in my pot. And the next thing that I'm going to do is add cloves and cinnamon. So I have 4 cinnamon sticks. I'm gonna put those in the pot. And then I have 4 whole cloves that look like this. Put those in. Okay. And I'm also gonna put in about 1.5 inches of ginger. And the recipe I had said lemon zest. It brings out a nice acid, but I'm gonna use orange zest. So this is the zest of 1/2 of an orange. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir that around. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, and then I'm going to just let this cook for about 25 minutes. I'm gonna reduce, smells good. I'm gonna reduce it to low. And I'm gonna cover it. Okay, so now I'm coming back, and then at the end, I'm going to add my star anise, and I'm going to wait till the end as a garnish, and my orange slices. So while that's cooking, I'm coming back to this pot. Oh, it smells so good. So you can see that it's chock full of healthy ingredients and colors. So this is just gonna continue to cook as it's simmering. So now you can also add brown rice to this dish if that's something that you want to do. So we have some time now for both of these to continue cooking. In the meantime, does anybody have any questions about any of the ingredients that I use or anything in general? If you had any questions, let me know if I can answer them. Okay. I wanted to just talk about a little bit about the ginger that I use and the cloves. So they're very good for digestion. They aid in digestion. So not only is this going to taste good and be warming and healthy, full with antioxidants, but it's also going to help with your digestion. I see you had a question. I saw it in the chat. Okay. I can't see. Okay. Let me move this down. Okay. Oh, these are your type of recipes, Gustavo. Okay, you like the yummies, the yummy veggies. Yes. So this year you had asked about just making this a vegetarian dish, and you most certainly can. You do not have to add the turkey or chicken or anything else. So yeah, the sky is the limit. So I just threw in whatever vegetables that I had to make it nice and flavorful. Now this will yield about 6 servings. And so you can freeze it and you can have it another time, or you can have it during the week. So one of the things that I really encourage people to do is to meal prep. And so this is a particular dish that lends itself to meal prepping. So say you make something like this on a Sunday, you get out your containers and you can package them. You can keep them in the fridge or you can freeze them. And it's a meal in one pot. Again, you can have this with like a thick piece of crusty bread, if that's what you want, or you can put it over rice. So you can be creative, but everything that you need is pretty much in here. So I gave this to my husband. He's always the litmus test for me. So I gave this to him and I said, was it filling? And he said, yeah. So he knows it's filling if he doesn't want to go for Haagen-Dazs after work. So he said, I was full. I didn't have to go get ice cream. So this is a very filling dish that you can have. So it's great for meal prep. So I smell the cider. Oh, I wish you could smell it. So this just needs more time. So any other questions, comments? Okay, Sandrine just put the instructions into the chat and the ingredients.
Keri, I have a quick question. I know it's fall, winter season now, and we're seeing things like stews and soup come out. What are seasonal fruits or seasonal maybe fruits and vegetables that we should be incorporating in our holiday meals, like apples and butternut squash?
Yeah, absolutely. Any of the squash variety. So the butternut squash, the acorn squash, anything in that family. Pumpkin is another amazing, and it's really a fruit that you should incorporate. Has lots of great properties and gives your food a thick, hearty texture and consistency. What else? Cranberries, that's in season. You can make a lot of dishes. Last week I made a chicken salad and I put cranberries in it, just as, something different, cranberries and walnuts. So, and of course the nuts. So chestnuts are popular, but also walnuts, very good to use this time of year. Pecans, very good to use. Is it pecans or pecans? Everybody says it differently. I never knew which one was the right way. But yeah, such a great time of the year for these types of things. What else? And throughout the year, I use berries. So I just freeze them so that I always incorporate those into my smoothies and my different desserts that I make. But let me see, I'm trying to think of what else. And I really like these mulling spices that we're using. The clove, the cinnamon, cardamom, all of those are great to use. Ginger, all of those are great to use to incorporate, especially when it gets a little bit colder outside. So.
Thank you, Keri. That helps a whole lot and gives my grocery list a broader stance, right?
Yes.
I'm so used to the apples and oranges that, I don't know how to look for other things.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm a creature of habit. And so I tend to always get the same things. And so my mom always challenges me to think outside the box. And so I've been experimenting with different things lately. So, needs a stir. Rinse this.
And I saw someone in the chat say that these are their types of recipes. Is there a place where we can go and see your recipes or get more information from you?
Oh, sure. My website, empoweredlivingnyc.com. I have lots of recipes and a lot of blogs and information and resources. I have some free downloads. And I have 2 of my books that I have written. So yeah, lots of information. Anything that I learned, I like to share with others. So it's thickening up. Let me give this a stir. Ooh, smells good. I'm gonna angle this down so you can see how we're looking.
Keri and Gustavo just said, I can't wait to try cooking this Saturday. Hot cider always makes the home feel great, right? Just like the holidays.
Doesn't it?
Perfect
Absolutely.
timing.
Absolutely. And as you can see, the stew is thickening up as it continues to simmer. So I wish you could smell this. So in the last 5 minutes, while the cider is cooking, you can add lemon slices, orange slices, I'm sorry. So I just cut, this is a navel orange, and I just cut 4 slices. So I'm gonna put this in. And with this, the sky's the limit also. So I'm gonna put my oranges in.
Is there a substitute for oranges at all? Would it be maybe tangerine, grapefruit, or anything with the citrus?
Oh yeah, it would be great if you used a tangerine, anything in that family. You could use lemon zest. I put orange zest, but you could use lemon zest. That would be great. It would bring out the flavors even more. So you could be creative. Some people put cardamom, some people put anise. So the sky's the limit. I don't remember which spoon I used for which. Remember to rinse it off. Make sure I don't combine my 2 dishes. So, yep, it's bubbling. I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Oh, let me let you see. So, lower this so you can see how this is just chock full of goodness. So, and Gustavo, after you make it, let me know what you think. Feel free to email me. I'll put my email in the chat because I want to know what you think.
So, Keri,
Yeah.
besides the buttermilk squash, what can you substitute that with?
Pumpkin or
Okay.
sweet potato. Is that more your speed?
Yeah, Will okra work or no?
Okra, you can definitely put okra in it. Yep, sure.
Okay.
But wouldn't okra change the consistency of the stew with the sliminess and the texture?
I can see you're not a big fan. You can cut it really small and you can put it in where you add the peas and the other vegetables. So
Gotcha. Okay. I will say, I believe butternut squash, once it's cooked and roasted, it becomes a little sweeter, right?
Yeah.
It was a real pleasant surprise for me. Jackie, I will say to try it because it will work out.
Right. For you. Well, since you said that, I'll try.
Sweet potato is another option.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking good. Okay. And this is almost done.
I was gonna mention Today I went to the farmer's market and I got all these ingredients, so I'm happy about that. Yes.
Oh, wow. That's
Yes.
great. Which farmer's market did you go to?
The one on 57th Street and 10th Avenue.
Oh, wonderful. I've never been
Yes.
there. Wow, great. And today was a great day for it. The weather was
Yes.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm curious. I want to know what you think, and I hope that you like it.
Oh, I love all this. This is perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. So this is going to be ready in about 2 minutes, and I'm just going to drain it and put it in a glass. So as our squash stew continues to cook, I have to get a fancy glass. I'm going to get my Jackie, I haven't had okra in a long time. I think I'm gonna have to go get some. I like okra and tomatoes.
Yes, I love me some okra.
So you're not a big fan of squash, Jackie?
Well, I think I tried it before, but I don't know what kind it was. But I think it was just like fried or something. It's that when you're a kid when you want to try something new.
Yes. Yes.
So, since Sandrine said that the longer you cook it, kind of like gets sweet, I'm gonna try it. I said this year, I'm gonna try different vegetables than the norm that I always, get. The next one I want to perfect is I guess the artichoke or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
I
Nice.
want to perfect that. Yeah.
How do you make your artichokes?
I haven't. So I've been like, first I look at a bunch of videos and then I get in the kitchen and try. But I want to try like a fried artichoke. Do like the fried, maybe like, but I don't know what I want to fry with yet because I don't want it to be unhealthy because like to do it in butter and stuff like that. But I want to find out how do they get the seasoning to simmer in the artichoke, or do I need to boil it first and then fry it, or that's the only thing because I've had it at a restaurant that was really really good,
Uh-huh.
but I'm trying to figure out how did they get that consistency because it looked like it was fried, but the artichoke had flavor,
Mhm.
so I just have to figure out how to get that flavor inside of it and then go from there.
Right, right.
It's probably the air fryer. Everybody's using air fryers now. So
Okay.
it's really good artichokes.
That sounds good. I never cooked anything with artichokes, so now I have to try that too. Okay. So I'm going to turn this off and I'm just going to strain, give it a stir. And let me get my pot. So I'm going to transfer it into another pot. Strain it. Okay. Made a mess. Okay. So
Carrie, I had a question. Do you leave, let's say I see that you strain the cider. Do you leave, let's say an orange slice in it or a cinnamon clove just for,
You sure
additional
can.
flavor? Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely leave the cinnamon sticks in it. So, let me pour this in front of you. So I'm just gonna pour this into my mason jar. And as you said, I'm gonna put, the cinnamon stick disappeared. It was too short, but I'm putting the cinnamon stick in it. And I have to give it a taste. All right. I guess I could drink out of here. I guess I could drink out of here. All right, here we go. Delicious. And you see the coloring is the color of cider. So it started out, this is delicious. This is really good and sweet. And again, you didn't have to use sugar in this. So a lot of recipes call for adding sugar to it. You really don't. And it's delicious, very sweet and tasty. So I will be making some more of that very soon. So our stew is almost done. And if you want, you could cut the chunks. I put quite a bit. Move this down. I put quite a bit of the squash in here. You could cut it in half, make it smaller if you like. But with every spoonful, you have rich, delicious goodness. So another way to make this would have called for putting heavy cream into it to make it more of a typical stew consistency, or putting flour, mixing flour and water before you add the turkey. So you can do that, but that adds the calories and the fat. This way, you have a delicious product just made from wholesome ingredients. And then I'm gonna add a little seasoning. I'm gonna add, this is my Italian sofrito. I showed it to Sandrine at the last event. So I use this with anything. And also I mixed in a little salt and pepper to give this a little kick. And it's gonna continue to cook for a few minutes.
Carrie, I know you talked about adding, let's say, heavy cream or even flour and water just for a thickening agent. But to me, as you boil this, wouldn't the pumpkin itself start to kind of, I don't know if the word is disintegrate a bit and then kind of meld itself into the water, making the stew itself more thick?
Yes, it definitely does. Yeah. But some people,
perfect.
You're absolutely correct. Some people though, they want to see something with a thicker consistency, but you're absolutely correct. So
similar to a chowder, would that be?
Oh yeah, a chowder would have that cream. Yeah. And the chowder, my mom, she eats clam chowder, I would say 2-3 times a week. And I just said, Mom, she said, what? It's soup. It's good for you. I said, once in a while, I said, but it's clogging your arteries slowly over time. I said, it has a lot of fat in it. So any opportunity that you can still have something that's hot and enjoyable and nutritious without that added fat and calories, I encourage you to do so. And look for other ways that you can still make things tasty and cut out some of the fat and the salt content. So that's the other thing that I just added a little salt with the sofrito. I put some in the container a little earlier, but very low sodium dish. So it's flavorful. We use the onions, the garlic, the sofrito, and that made it aromatic and flavorful. So, all right, so I'm going to it's gonna keep, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, but I wanna plate it so you can see what it looks like. So, and this is perfect for dinner time.
And see, Keri, the stew is gonna be healthy, but you know that down south person that's in me is gonna make it unhealthy because I'm gonna have to put some cornbread on top of it, you know, and crinkle the cornbread and stuff.
That's fine, you know, because think about it, you're cutting calories and fat in other ways. So go ahead and have that cornbread, or that big thick piece of bread. So this is what it looks like. So, but what does it taste like? So
That looks so hearty
yeah.
and like a really like filling meal.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of it. So
I agree. Looks delicious.
now it's time to taste.
Do you put a little pepper on that as well?
Yeah, salt and pepper. I added it to my little.
Oh, okay, cool.
I had
Oh, to the sofrito.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely salt and pepper to taste, and whatever you like to give it a little kick, chili powder, whatever you like. But this is great.
I'm guessing it's good by that second bite. It looks delicious.
I know, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Bon appetit.
Ooh. It's hot but delicious, and this is really good. I've never made it with the fresh juice before, so I said I was going to try today. So it's really good.
So which one do you prefer, Keri? The taste of the fresh apple juice or the store-bought apple juice?
Now that I did it, I like the fresh. But I never tried this before, but I like the fresh. But I'm sure, but they're both good. But this is even sweeter, and it's no added sugar or anything. So yeah, this is really good. So, any other questions, comments? Move this up.
Well, I know the apple cider is definitely what I'm gonna do for the family for Christmas.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and probably watch a Christmas movie with apple cider. That'll be, you know.
Great. I think, let me know how you like it and how your family likes it. I think it's gonna turn out just great.
I will.
And of course, you can eat these oranges when they cool down, and yeah, delicious. Or you could throw them back in if there's enough room to continue to sweeten it up and give it different layers of flavor. So
I could imagine the fragrance that is given throughout the house, you know, with the cinnamon and the oranges and the apple. I'm sure it, you know, it just like purifies the whole home, you know, with the smells, you know, with the citrus smells. Yeah.
yeah, it smells good in here. Yeah. So, and I think it's going outside because I opened all the windows, so everybody outside can smell it too.
Last year, I had the opportunity to go to a friend's house, and she did the apple cider. And I took my mother, and she always says, "Where's your friend with the apple cider?" Because of the fragrance. She never had it like, you know, freshly made or like hot. So it's completely, it was so Christmassy. It was so nice.
Yeah.
So yes, it's definitely that time of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you imagine? It's November 10th, so time is flying. Soon it'll be 2022, so I'm hungry.
Thank you, Keri. We can't thank you enough for today's healthy holiday cooking session. You have given us a new outlook on turkey stew, which you can use beef, chicken, whatever you like. And then also the hot apple cider, which I think just sold everyone here. And we can't wait to go ahead and just learn how to, well, practice how to make these, right, for the holiday season and beyond. I am so thankful to you, Keri. I know we can find you at empoweredlivingnyc.com for all your recipes, further information, and also healthy cooking tips. I just love the fact that you continue to promote health in our community, especially through your own website and then working with us here as well. So we can't thank you enough. We wish we were in your kitchen. I wish I'd be walking through your
Yes.
doors right now to get some of that good cider and stew. But we look forward to having you hopefully next month for another holiday edition cooking session where you just, spruce up our homes a little bit more with a holiday treat, right? So we thank everyone for joining today. Look in our chat box and our information box. We'll have information on Keri. We'll have information on the recipes as well. And if you need us, just check out our website as well. We have plenty more events coming up for this holiday season. And we thank you for joining us today, Keri. We appreciate you and we love that meal.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to share with you this afternoon. I
Thank you.
appreciate you too.